nesse vídeo eu vai filosofando a pessoas e emoções pertena para liberdade and freedoms regarding meaningful emotions, intrinsic self-conducts. Is a responsibility owed to the self, but not owed to others. And a great deal of unnecessary suffering, engaging what are truly meaningless emotions and meaningless feelings, happen internalizing the meanings of it. And específico caso é efeito dinâmico e subjectividade. As there are many people out there who have no meaningful interest whatsoever in listening to what you have to say about how they should feel, nor should they. And that, to me, makes perfect sense, and it should to you, as emotions and feelings are subjective, and they're your responsibility, not somebody else's. Though bounds are in place, engaging the direct perception causations with meanings to influence meaninglessly, arbitrarily, in the absurdities shoved upon another's existence after meaningful bounds have been by the other made explicit in ingestible manner of approach in regards to a knowledge that I know the words you know, and I know the words you know what X means in regards to those words. And therefore I can infer that you would know from those words, as you, in existing priors, have used those words, good enough and necessarily necessary conditions, as a must good enough and necessarily necessary conditions, constitute meaning interpretations, well calibrated, or at least calibratory enough to be able to comprehend the gist nature of it. That's not meaningful, and which creates meaninglessness, arbitrariness, and absurdities, ignoring those bounds. As the individual who oversteps those bounds is not interested in the meaningful or engaging meaningful emotions in relation to that dynamic, that relationship that exists between you and the other. And being able to become better, gooder, meaningful realizers of this, able to recognize the meaningful self-conducts of the other, in which are causations of their direct perception, and that they do mean. Overstepping your bounds will breed the development of feelings and senses of meaninglessness, arbitrariness, and absurdities that are unnecessary suffering, which you are responsible for. Distance yourself from that person, disengage from them, communicate effectively, the meaningful utterances of your thoughts, from prior existing inputs internalized to the semantic processes and behaviors. Words are termed to the appropriate approximations of specific, well-defined terminological definitions that increase access to knowledge, and which reinforce bounds that are most conducive to the responsibilities uptaken of your choice, opting for more meaningful living in regards to specific, well-defined, rather than vague, self-conducts of perception, action, behavior that create meaning into meaning processes, internalized, individuized, enlightening mind, body, and cultivating greater positive, meaningful emotion, engaging positive, meaningful emotion, and decreasing the frequency, the magnitude, the meaninglessness and arbitrariness of the absurdities of some negative, meaningless emotions that aren't meaningful unless you can tap into those emotions and transform the meaninglessness within into a meaningfulness. And that's all I wanted to leave you off for this video. I hope you enjoy and develop those meaningfulnesses.